I sit here and I take out this trash, right? I want you to know that in the beginning, it wasn't something that I did. It became habit for me, an addiction. You come with me, take a journey. Decopbo 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I went from the trash can to y'all. And I'm about to go enjoy a lovely dinner, unfortunately by myself, but no, I'm not gonna be by myself. There's gonna be people there, but you know what I mean. So today's Sunday inspiration is about addiction. Now, there's very few people who know, because it's so far removed from me. I feel no shame or anything. Matter of fact, to God be the glory. I feel like every time I expose one of my weaknesses or I tell somebody something, it just magnifies what God has brought me at right now. Like it makes a story that you tell to like a story should be in a movie when I expose the negatives. There's plenty of good stuff to talk about now, but I remember at a time it wasn't always like that. Health has been a problem for me for decades. When we went in front of the lawyers for the sports people and the state and all that, my lawyer told me, man, this is the easiest case I've ever won, because when we went in front of the judge, he had 1,200 and something, I'm not gonna lie and say that I know the exact number. He had like 1,200 and something like pages of health documents. And you know how they go around the room and it was like a panel of people, because it's like really important, because you gotta think about it. Like they owed me like 6 years worth of back money, so it's like a major deal, right? So they was like, okay, 6 panels. When these people heard my story, when it was time for them to ask me questions, all of them put their head down and said, "We have no questions for you, Mr. Washington." I knew there I won, but I was trying to hold it back. But at the same time, I was so worried about money that I never paid attention to the fact that, like, these people felt so sorry about my suffering that they didn't even want to disrespect me by questioning me. And I'm not saying that about anything that's happening recent right now or in my past or none of that. I want you to understand that addiction doesn't always have to be drugs. Because I suffered for such a long period of time, I had gotten addicted to suffering. And not only did I get addicted to suffering, I got addicted to allow suffering to enter in parts of my life that had nothing to do with suffering, like relationships. They should never suffer. You should never suffer in a relationship, like friendships. You should never be the person that's like, this friendship is hurting me. But I suffered so much physically that I started to adapt suffering with something that I needed to overcome, not something that I needed to dismiss. So we talk about addictions. Let's go to the next thing, youth morality. Y'all watch videos, y'all talk about popping bottles and taking perks and all this stuff, and y'all look at these people and they superstars and they real. That's why I don't make no songs about drugs. I don't. Because I have been a victim of addiction. What do I mean by victim? I mean that during that process of being in the hospital, I was being medicated, and the medication had me ignoring what was going on, to the point that when I didn't realize, when you leave the hospital, and I'm quite sure there's people that's affected or going through the same thing, you don't get no nurse coming putting morphine or Dilaudid or none of that in your motherfucking vein. There is no one there to do that. So like you have to like take a weaker form of it, and you're always chasing that comfort that you had in the hospital. And what it does is it develops addictions. So you stop waiting for the doctor to write you a prescription. You start going out and saying, okay, I take 5s, I'm going to take 10s. And then one day I woke up and I couldn't even feel myself. I felt like my whole entire body was drained. And I was talking to my man, because everybody know I'm from J Street. I was talking to my man, and he drove up to my house, and he said, yo, nigga, you dope sick. It's like, nigga, I don't do no heroin. Fuck you mean I'm dope sick? He's like, you stupid ass dude. These opiates they're giving you is dope, synthetic, heroin. So I Googled it and started looking. Percocet is a synthetic scientific method of delivering heroin, opium, to the person's system. So it tricks your body into believing that you're so happy that it forces you to ignore your pain. Does not get rid of it. And as soon as he gave me a pill, 10 minutes later, I was up dancing to Michael Jackson. And I started to get into a pattern where I said to myself, I don't want to get sick again, so I got to get high. That's why now I'm happy to say I don't take no goddamn prescription medicine. None of it. But because I know that I walked into that blindfolded, if I see a crack addict, if I see somebody on dope, if I see somebody smoking powder, smoking weed, I realize that sometimes people didn't wake up in the morning and say they want to be drug addicts. Sometimes they were walked into that situation blindly. So what is the solution? Everybody know I'm a nerd. Please fact check me like Trump if you feel like it. NA and AA nationally through all ages are 6% success rates. Meaning people who stop using and continue to stop using it to their death is 6%. Let me ask you a question. If you had heart surgery, and that's how important addiction is to some people, if you was having heart surgery and the doctor told you there's a 6% chance that we're going to win or we're going to have success in this operation, would you let them operate on you? Hell no, you wouldn't. Because there is more money in the cure. I mean, there's less money in the cure than it is for the treatment. So yeah, NAAA is a treatment and it works gloriously for some people, and I don't want NAAA to come for my neck. I'm just saying that y'all preach treatment, y'all don't preach solutions. The solution is, if you have that glitch inside your body, you always will have an addictive personality. Meaning you must replace one of those bad addictions with something good, and before you know it, that good addiction will translate into your life in a form or a way where it would manifest itself that the bad addiction would not exist anymore. Before I got injured recently, I transferred my addiction into working out, which started me to make my legs feel better. It started to make my back feel better. It started to make my life feel better. I started to be healthier. Most importantly, I started being tired. So the goofy shit and the dumb shit that I was getting into, like, I ain't even had the energy to do it no more. I was fucking tired. So this is the solution. Not the treatment, the cure. You must replace your bad addictions with good ones. If you are addicted to suffering, you must be in relationships, and you must be in friendships. You must be around certain people and certain things that are positive, and you will become addictive to positivity, and your whole life will change by your one switching or substitution for your addiction. Youth Marley, I thank y'all for coming to acknowledging or being with me for Sunday Inspirations. To God be the glory. Without him I am nothing. If no one told y'all I love y'all today, I do. I'm enjoy the rest of my day. Decopbo one.